Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin String coming at you with part 2 of my review of the adulterated Australian CR1M. And as the title says, I'm doing breakfast for supper. So I'm on here a little bit late because I had to go do a few extra things this afternoon. I had to go check out some stuff at my mosque to see if some things have been put back so that we can do our normal Friday lunch. And we just got new tile on the floor, so I posted a picture of that on my Facebook page. So I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to drop in. So what I have here is what would be considered a breakfast. Although the M&Ms might not be, but I got an idea with those. I'm going to have a little fun with it. But this sustagen, I've only seen the chocolate flavor reviewed in the few videos of the CR1M that I have seen. And this is a nutrition, and this is a hospital formula. So it would be compared to, well, here in the US we have some formulated nutritional drinks that would be used in a healthcare setting for people who either cannot eat but they can drink, or they can eat but they are not absorbing all the nutrients that they need. And then I have the sweetened condensed milk. I stored this in my fridge because I wanted to make sure it didn't go bad after I had opened it. And I stored the plum jam in the fridge also, so I've been kind of giving a little bit of a squeeze. I have the natural muesli, and this has no indication of how much water to add, so you add as much or as little as you like. And although it does say you can use the non-dairy creamer, but I got the sweetened condensed milk, so I'll add it. And I have the multigrain cereal bar with fruit and chia seeds. Yes, it's the same chia seeds that were on those chia pets that used to be all the rage back in the day. I think you can still find those online. But then people discovered that chia has actually some nutritional benefit. And I looked at the package of these M&Ms. These are actually made in Australia. But they look like the American packaging. So I might toss a few of these in with the muesli. So since I'm doing breakfast or supper, I'm not going to do anything warm. I'm going to do the muesli cold. So first what I'm going to do is open up this drink powder. It looks like a very light colored hot cocoa mix. I'm doing it this way because I don't want all the powder to go everywhere. It definitely smells like vitamins. So here's what the powder looks like out of the bag. And this drinking jar holds roughly 250 mils of water. So I'll fill it to about there. So this will probably be a little on the thick side. I'm doing this first because I want to have enough time for this to fully incorporate. Some people might like this stuff. Some people, there are a couple of reviews I've seen on this Sessagen where they thought it had kind of a weird taste. It does have a vitamin supplement smell. So the chocolate smell does not completely mask that. And it looks like chocolate milk, but it's not really mixing all that well, but I'm going to come back to it. So I will put that there. Now the tear notch on this muesli is kind of, it goes this way instead of across this way, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. So fruits and seeds, in addition to the grains. Now before I add the water, I'm going to go ahead and put a healthy squeeze of the sweetened condensed milk in here to give it a little sweetness. And if it needs more, I can always add it. I'm going to start with that amount of water and see how that works. Because I'm using cold, it might not absorb as well. That's what I did with the last time I did muesli. I used cold water because I just was not in the mood for hot. Adding the milk does make it look more like you're having a real cereal with milk, like if it was a cold cereal instead of an oatmeal. Now this is unsweetened, so you're left with the option of adding sugar if you want. You know, that to me, that's why they put the sweetened condensed milk in there. You could add that if you didn't use it in your coffee or tea. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to let that sit for a bit. I'll just put my water bottle back there. Now I'm going to open up this cereal bar. And this is what it looks like. That's a pumpkin seed. Well, there's raisins or cranberries. And I have the jam, so what I will probably do, after I try this by itself, I'll try with the jam on it. And I might put some of the jam into the muesli. That's what I did with the last time I had muesli. I put some of the jam that I had in there. Sorry about that. I got disconnected and I had to start all over again. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if there's some interference somewhere. But anyways, I was saying the last time I did the muesli from a ration, I added some of the jam that I had with it. So I may do that again. And of course the M&Ms. I'm going to set that back there. This was a 2016 ration, and these M&Ms have a best buy date of 2017, but as you can see, they're still perfectly good. So they survived all the way from Australia. That's okay. Like I said, I got disconnected and I had to completely restart it. I was given the option of ending the stream or to start again. So I wasn't going to end it. I just got this thing going. So that's what I did. I'm not going to give up on this thing. CR1M is in the house. In fact, this is where I got this Australian ration from. Art and Nina over there are good people, and I just put in an order for some stuff. Yep. I have the Fred can opener on my keyring, so that will go with me everywhere I go when I go out. Because you never know when you might need to open a can. So I'm going to go ahead and try this cereal bar by itself. I just tasted the cranberry. Oh yeah, and I'm glad I was able to pick this one up. Too bad I have to miss out on the original mains. That would have been awesome to try that lamb stew. That one would really get me going because I love lamb. Now this is actually pretty good. I cannot taste the chia seeds. Chia seeds are very small. I'm sure you can probably see them in there, the dark specks. AOK Foraging and Adventures is in the house. And speaking of AOK, in October, a YouTuber meetup right here in Iowa at Lake Miami. And they're the ones who are getting it going. Ooh, Fred is Speaking of Fred, there is a Fred in here, and there's a Fred on my keychain. The Fred stands for field ration eating device because it's a can opener with a little spoon on the end of it. In fact, I'll get it and I'll show it to you. I have been wanting one of these ever since I saw one on YouTube the first time. So this is a little spoon part. And this is a can opener, which out in the field would be used to open this bag of cheese that comes in the CR1M. I'll use the straight up ordinary can opener to open this thing when I go to get into it. But having this little goodie on my keychain, who knows, might get me out of a jam one of these days. I like the coloring on it. It's really cool. It's got these different colors, almost like it was anodized. And it even, if I had a glass soda bottle, I could use this to pop the top of that. Or if someone who's drinking a beer out of a glass bottle, they could use this to pop the top off of that. So it's a bottle opener and a can opener and a spoon. And it's an easy thing to grab, when you're pulling your keys out of your pocket. Well, let's see, I'm going to check the chat. Ooh, well, maybe we have to get Fred. Thanks for dropping in. Have fun with your family and give the pups some extra loving for us. Oh, yeah. So anyway, back to my breakfast or supper. I'm going to put some of this jam on here. And I still have some left in the tube. This is what the plum jam looks like on this cereal bar. Fred, maybe if you look on eBay, you might be able to find one. If you just want to get the Fred by itself. Ooh, that tastes good on there. That plum jam tastes good on this cereal bar. Kind of complements the little bit of sweetness that's in there. Oh yeah, this muesli has thickened up. It has absorbed a lot of the water. And the sweetened condensed milk that I put in here. So I'm just giving it another mix. Sorry about the shadow. It's my mount that's causing that because the light is directly above me to my right, and that little thing that's right, that's right there, that is part of my mount also, and I just bumped it. So sorry about that. That's part of my desk mount that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try as it is. Even with the sweetened condensed milk, in there. It's still a little bit bland. So I'm going to put another squirt of this in here. I still have a fair amount left in this tube. I guess I have a bit of a sweet tooth. But on its own, it tastes quite plain. Even with the fruit that's in there. There's pumpkin seeds in there. That's what the green ones are. I'm going to check the chat. RL is in the house. The tube is actually quite handy, especially if you get a large amount of it, because you can store it. So that's what's good about these tubes, and they feel quite sturdy. I'm going to go ahead and try some of these M&Ms, although we all know what they taste like, but go ahead and take a chomp on some of these. They still taste like they are pretty fresh. They have not gone funky at all. I'm going to give this another stir before I take a taste of it, because I want to make sure that it's well mixed. Sometimes these powders don't mix all that well, and my mouth is shaking, so I apologize for that. This thing does not have the stability of a tripod, but if I try to use a tripod, then I won't be able to see the chat unless I fire up another device. And that would be kind of hard to do when doing these reviews, since I'm doing this on my phone. Let's see what this stuff tastes like. It's not all that sweet. It tastes like chocolate milk, but heavily saturated with whatever vitamins they put in there. It's not bad. I mean, I will drink it all. But since I don't drink kinds of things very often, you know, I just haven't gotten myself used to them. Now I'm going to squirt some more of this jam into here. I'm going to save the rest of it for the jam sandwich biscuits that will come up later in another meal. even though there's jam inside of those, like it's like a sandwich cookie with jam as the filling, I'm still going to save some of this to put on there. And I still have the Vegemite or a yeast extract. I have that in the fridge as well. And I only ate half of that piece of bread, so I saved that. I have that in a plastic bag in the fridge, so that is going to come back out. And I still have the crackers. The package called them cream, but they're more like a saltine. Instead of, when I saw cream, I thought it was going to be a sweet one. But nope, it's a salty cracker, kind of like a thick version of your classic American saltine cracker. They're not extremely salty, but you can still tell the savoriness of it. So that yeast extract or Vegemite makes up for the lack of salt, and that stuff is salty, but believe it or not, I like it. I've been wanting to try that stuff for quite a while, and now I got it, and I like it. Wow. Well, look who it is, Nina in the house. She dropped the super chat. And for those viewers who may be watching now or who will watch in the future, what a super chat is for channels that have reached the threshold to qualify for that, they and Art just comes back on another one. A super chat war. That's what these two do. But it's a donation to my channel, which I will use along with the ad revenue that I get to buy something that will either help me improve my video production, or just something that I will bring to the channel to show you, or I may use it to buy a ration that I otherwise might not get, or just something. But that's what I'll do. Now I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this muesli with that little bit of jam that I put in there. Oh yeah, that works. A little extra fruit flavor in there. A little extra sweet, a little extra tart. Definitely helps this. I'm sure soldiers out in the field who are given this ration probably did the same thing. Oh, there goes Nina with another super chat. Don't you two go nuts like doing that. Don't go broke. You need to keep some of your money so you can pay your bills and buy rations to sell to the rest of us. But the super chats are very much appreciated. So now you have seen what those are like. Just for kicks. Oh, there's Art doing it again. Yes, I threw M&Ms in here. Call me weird, but I resemble that remark. If I used hot water, which would have gone cold by now, some of these probably would have melted, but here is the muesli with an M&M in it. Get a little crunch. Get a little color. Maybe I'll throw a couple of more green ones in there. You know, some of the coloring will even come off of the M&Ms to color the muesli itself. Yeah, having a party in my bowl. Well, I hope not. Someone wants bragging rights. That's what it is. Someone wants bragging rights. It is good. I know that I'm having fun with though. The plum jam on the cereal bar is a good combo. I would do it again. Oh, there's Art coming back with another one. I wonder if those two are sitting in the same room doing that, or are they in separate rooms? Or maybe I don't want to know. But anyway, Art and Nina are good people. They're great to deal with. And despite all that they've been through with their site, they are keeping it going. They are not going to give up. They're going to keep doing what they do. And wouldn't have it any other way. So next week, I will have a package from them. I will have a package from Ration. Oh, Bearded CB just dropped a super chat. That's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, I want to do more rations, but the foreign ones are going to be a lot harder to get a hold of with the new rules that FDA has put on. So, but I'm gonna keep trying, just like the others. And there goes Nina again. I'm not sure when I will get my next check from Google. Ooh, now my muesli's starting to turn a little bluish, which is kind of funky. All the color is coming off of them, but hey, I don't care. That's okay. Thanks for dropping in, Ariel. I probably will wait till next week to do the next part of this. I may either go after the other U.S. ration main that was substituted for one of the mains that was taken out by customs, or I may do what I would think of as a fourth meal with maybe this soup, and I might incorporate that Spanish calamari that I got from Foreign Emery when I got this ration. So I might do that. And so I only used half of that drink powder instead of making the whole 500 mils. So I will bring that back out and then I have a tea bag that I can bring out. So that'll be the two other meals that I will do. And I still have the Werthers. I opened those up, but I did not eat any of them yet. But I will bring those back out. Creative redundancy is in the house. CR, what I have is the breakfast from the Australian CR1M. Yeah, I'm having breakfast or supper. It's the muesli with fruit and seeds. I added some of this sweetened condensed milk. I added some of this plum jam to it. I threw in some of these M&Ms just for kicks. This is the plum jam on the cereal bar that has fruit and seeds in it, cranberry being the fruit. This is that sustagen chocolate protein drink. Didn't mix up the greatest, but that's okay, I'll deal with it. And I brought out my Fred earlier that I put on my keychain. There's Art, one last super chat from him. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. And you'll see that mail call on this channel next week when I get that box from you. Yep, I ordered something from Art and Nina. What it is, you'll have to wait and find out. And I ordered something from MRE Nation. I did a custom MRE, just a single meal this time. And that Russian ration that I got from MRE Mountain, I field stripped that. I'm taking that to the YouTuber meetup in October. So I will review that then, instead of doing it here at home, because I think it'd be fun to do a fireside review. Since other reviewers have done that, I want my chance to do that. And the MRE Nation ration that I am getting, I think will be quite interesting. Oh, there you go again. Wow. That's what you call going out with a bang, I guess. He really dropped a big one. So thanks a lot. That's much appreciated. So I will put that to good use whenever I get that, along with the rest of my next check that I will get from Google, whenever that will be. Maybe low level, Fred. But yeah, every super chat is very much appreciated. You know, I do have Patreon, but I don't actively plug it. It is there for anyone who might want to drop a little coin on it. My PayPal is on my About page. I have a GoFundMe there also, which I had started several years ago when I was doing a lot more live streaming of local events. I haven't done any of that lately, but I do want to get back into that. It's just that I haven't been able to get to a lot of things because of other commitments, or I just can't get to the location. But yeah, I'll still do local events. I almost did the state fair parade, but it was so crappin' hot. And it was humid as heck. I was afraid my phone would fry, and I didn't want my power bank to get fried from the heat. So that's why I didn't do the state fair parade. And I didn't go to the fair. Sorry about that. I just got disconnected again. I was about to say that I did not go to the fair to cover the candidate speeches at the Des Moines Register soapbox. But I had done that in the past. But I think once the caucuses get closer, I might hit up some events. We'll just see what happens. Cereal bars are gone. That's actually a good cereal bar. I would definitely eat those again. And doctoring up this muesli definitely makes it a lot more enjoyable. It looks weird, but because I threw M&Ms in it. I'm weird, and I resemble that remark. Yeah, no doubt the Aussie soldiers probably come up with all kinds of ways to make these rations more their own. I think 8 menus is all that they have according to the sheet, and what this was menu H. So, and being the 8th letter of the alphabet, that's the 8th menu. Maybe in the future they will come up with some additional menus. It would be nice for them to have more choices. But next time I get a CR1M, I would love to actually have the original mains. Yeah, variety is good. And in June and July when I did the ration mashups, that was a lot of fun doing that. I really enjoyed mixing those up and just coming up with completely different meals. So because the mains are taken out and substituted with American ones, it's almost a mashup with U.S. mains in an Aussie ration. And I have this calamari. This is from a Spanish ration. I have never had ration calamari before. I haven't had a calamari in quite a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how this one is. This is not that squid in its own ink one. This is in olive oil. So it will not look really weird. So The other U.S. main that I had, oops, sorry about that, I keep bumping this mount. The other U.S. main, the first time I got in these, it was spaghetti with meat and sauce. This is beef stew. And so when I do this, I'll just chuck this on the stove in boiling water to heat it up instead of using a ration heater. But that was pretty cool that Art and Nina threw a couple of these in to replace the mains that Customs had stolen. I am very curious what they do with all the stuff they steal out of rations. I wonder if they save it for themselves and eat it, instead of letting the original buyer have it. And I have been wanting to try this Bega cheese. I've heard so much about it. And I may do something with this in one of the future meals, because I have a packet of instant mashed potatoes. I may throw some of this in there. That might be interesting. I might put some of it on the bread, alternating with the rest of the Vegemite. The Bega cheese you can buy online, and it would come in a can that's probably at least twice the size of this, and it would be a blue label. This is packaging specific for the Australian military. But if I like it, I may actually store it, because it's supposed to store fairly well, at least for several years before opening it. Or I might even keep it in the fridge. Even unopened, I might keep it in the fridge. I'm not sure yet, but I look forward to trying it. That loud humming noise is my air conditioner blowing in the background. I hope that doesn't come over too much. I got kind of warm today. Got up to 87 Fahrenheit. Which is probably about 28 or 29 Celsius, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to fiddle with the weather app on my phone to see what it is. ForeignEmery.com titanium spork. You can get this on their website. They still have these. Great, they're lightweight. I put it in the dishwasher. Doesn't hurt it. I have a second one, but the second one is going to be a gift for someone. Let's see. Oh, that's good. Wow. CR, did it get up to 33 up there? Is it a real heater up there? A plain old chuck? you just missed me having breakfast or supper. This is the second video of my Australian CR1M review. That's an Australian 24-hour ration. And I had muesli with fruit and seeds, which I added. This is a tube of sweetened condensed milk, and I still have some left. So I'll throw that back in the fridge. I have some plum jam left. I'll throw that back in the fridge. I left a Vegemite in there, but that will come back out. I have M&Ms. I threw that into the muesli. I threw the plum jam and the sweetened condensed milk in there. I had a cereal bar, which had similar fruit and seeds as the muesli, and I put some of the plum jam on it, and that made it pretty good. And this is a sustagen protein drink, and according to the label is a hospital formula. Nestle actually makes it for the Australian market. It doesn't mix all that well, but it tastes like chocolate milk, but heavily infused with lots of supplement ingredients. Sorry, my mount keeps shaking. This thing is not steady at all. But I mean, I've already drank half of it, so it's actually not that bad. I still have some M&Ms left. And that dollar amount that you see up there is from Super Chats. Art and Nina, both from foreignamory.com, dropped several Super Chats. My brother Bearded CB82 dropped one. So that 43 is there for. So that money will go towards adding to content on this channel, or I might buy something to use, either a piece of gear to review or something to improve my video making. Like my first Google check, I used to buy a new tripod, a heavy duty one for travel, which I will take to the YouTuber meetup. I bought an actual small video camera. It has software for editing, but it won't let you load it unless you have internet access, and right now I do not have home internet yet. I had it, but then I had to drop it because I kept having issues. And there are only two options for internet here where I am, because I'm north facing, so I can't put a dish on my deck. Fireman Food in the house. Thanks for dropping in. You just you're looking at an empty tray because all I have left here, M&Ms and my chocolate protein drink. But I'm doing several videos of the Australian CR1M 24-hour ration. But this one that I got from Foreign Amory had you can, once I close this out and YouTube processes it, you can go back and check it from the beginning. But this one was adulterated by customs. In fact, they took the two mains out, the lamb stew and the other main, I forget what it was. I'd have to look up what menu H is, but Art and Nina threw a couple of US MRE mains in there. The spaghetti and meat sauce, which is in the first video. Then I have a beef stew, which will come out in a future video. And as a freebie, they threw in a a can of Spanish ration calamari. And what I will do with that, with some of the other stuff that's in the CR1, because there's so much in there, I can make a fourth meal out of it. Yeah, they're looking after us by stealing our ration goodies. Now, Customs is raiding rations, so it's hard to get ones that have not been adulterated. The Russian one that I got from Amory Mountain, that one was not raided. Fortunately, that one was left alone. And in this one, there is beef stick, and I'm surprised Customs did not nip that thing out of there, because I still have it. So either they completely missed nipping this, or they just couldn't be bothered. But yeah, they left this Jack Link's beef snack, which is an extra thick piece of beef jerky. This is a peppered. So they left that one alone. Oh, I have had one or a couple of Polish rations. I would try more, but since I don't eat pork, I leave a lot of those off. But I had one of the Polish firefighter rations, the one that comes in a blue bag. And that one I really enjoyed. And then the other Polish ration was beef main, like a beef with buckwheat, similar to the Russian kasha. That one was not too bad. I like the Russian kasha better. But this bag of cheese, I've seen that online. I'm so looking forward to trying this. I might have to get some extra bread or buy some crackers, or steal those crackers out of the Russian ration that I'm taking to the meetup and using those, because the Australian ration, you don't get very many crackers or what they call cream biscuits. And I ate 2 of those with the Vegemite and some of the plum jam on those in the first video. And I'm saving what's left. I have one whole one, busted one. I want to try these in the pumpkin soup, and with some more of the Vegemite, which I have in my fridge. So I might raid the crackers out of that Russian ration, because I have a feeling those will not travel very well on the bumpy roads that we make to the campsite. So that's what I'll probably end up doing, is getting those out and using those with this. And I have half of the piece of bread that was in the ration, and that bread is actually not too bad. I liked it. It's a white, it looks like a white bread that's a little bit thicker than the wheat snack bread that comes in the US rations. It's about the size and thickness of those Bridgeford shelf-stable sandwiches that you can actually get in not only some US MREs, but some foreign ones. Oh, CR, thanks for dropping in. That's okay. I have to get up earlier than usual tomorrow, because we have not just the usual Friday lunch that we serve at my mosque after the Friday prayer. But it's also a wedding. There's a wedding that is taking place, and so I will be there early to make sure that goes smoothly. And we just got new tile in the floor of our community room, and I went over there to take a look at that today. And I posted a picture of that on my Facebook page. And it looks like a gray slate, different variants in the of color, shade, and some parts almost black, some almost white. But it's really, really cool, and I think it's going to last a whole lot longer and hold up better than that piece of crap vinyl tile that we had taken out that got damaged during a big flood a couple years ago, and subsequent mistreatment with the incorrect floor care products used on it. Yeah, those tiles had to go. Now we got some new ones that should hold up for a long time. But yeah, I went over there and took a look at that today, and that is pretty darn awesome. So the other items that I have is a pumpkin soup. As I said, I have a packet of instant mashed potatoes. I have mee goreng noodles, but I don't know which flavor. I won't know that until I open it up to put the flavoring packets in. It might be just a common flavor, and of course there's people talking about the thread that comes in this CR1M that out in the field would be used to open this cheese. But I have been wanting one of these ever since I first saw one online, and I think it's absolutely cool. It's bigger than P51, which is the bigger of the two U.S. military can openers, P38 being the smaller. But it's a bottle opener as well as the can. And with this extra metal on there, you can get a good hold on it when you're rocking it back and forth to open the can. But the coloring on here, I think, is just totally cool. It looks like an anodized finish. I don't know if it is or not, because I don't know squat about that. But this will live on my keyring all the time, because you never know when you might need a can opener. And during Ramadan, I had issues with the mango pulp cans failing, the pop tabs. And I did not have this, but I had on another keyring I keep in my purse. It has, I call them key tools because they're small enough you can put on a keyring. I have another Australian can opener that does not fold up like this one does. It stays permanently out like this. I had that on her, so I got that, and I was able to use that to open those cans, because the pop tabs failed and I didn't want to trust any more of them. I was getting into those cans every day to make a drink called Mango Lassi, which is the mango pulp, melted vanilla ice cream, and whole milk. And we serve that every night during Ramadan, and we're going to serve it again for an open house at my mosque next month. I think that's the plan. So, but if we do, I'll probably be the one who makes it, because that's been my job for the past few years, mixing that stuff up. But of course, I got some in my freezer frozen that I can eat like ice cream. But yeah, having the can opener on you, very good idea. I have a P38 and P51 that I placed in a couple of kits. So this will give me one more option. You might be able to find these Freds, or field ration eating device is their is what that acronym stands for. If you go on eBay, I think you might be able to find them. I don't know if you'd have to get it from an Australian seller or from a US seller, but I wanted to try CR1M, and now I have, and even though I'm eating US mains, I'm still glad I got it. And instead of using the Australian spoon, I use my foreignemery.com spork. You can get that at foreignemery.com. And so the next, I do have a foreignemery.com mug, which I used in the previous video. This drinking jar I've had for a long time. It's just something different. You don't see these too often, at least not in videos, but I like to bring it out because I think it's cool. My mom gave it to me many years ago, and it didn't come with a lid, but if I wanted to put a lid on it, I would put a standard, the canning jar lid. But I use it strictly for drinking out of, because it's not the kind of glass that will stand up to the canning process, but it just looks cool. And this tray is a Tupperware tray that I got in high school. My senior class had a Tupperware party to raise money for our senior class trip back in '84. We might have done just in '83 or '84, I don't remember, but I got this tray back then. I've taken it to picnics. And when I got into ration reviews after I won an Emery from Sticky Fingers 749, very cool dude, go check him out. I used this tray to review that Emery that he sent me, and I thought about getting another tray since it only has 3 sections for food, but then I just keep going back to this one. I just don't know if I want to give it up. It's been stained with some of the past meals on it, even after running through my dishwasher. But you know, I've had it since 1984 or maybe '83, and you can still buy these on eBay. I don't know if Tupperware still is or not, but all kinds of colors. Maybe in the future I might buy a different color, but this is the one that I've had since then, and I just keep using it. I figure it's just me. So I don't know who is left in here since all the others left, but since I pretty much ate everything I had planned on, I'll probably just close this one out and finish this off and let YouTube process this. and I think a mail call, because I'm due to get a good bunch of stuff in tomorrow and over the weekend and into next week. So some interesting items and some good deals that I scored. So one item will be from, well, I will add it to what I'm taking to the meetup. Of course, I'll do some initial messing with it here at home first. So, and I want to thank Art and Nina and Bearded CB82 for dropping the super chats. Much appreciated. I want to thank all of you for watching. And for those that came in late, wait a few minutes after I close this out. YouTube will process it, and it'll be up for replay. But sometime next week, I will do meal 3 out of the CR1M. I haven't decided how I'll do that yet, but I'll work on that. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.